So this is supposed to be an update video for Wiki Weekends, but I can't help but notice that green screen behind you, Lucas. There's something you want to tell me?
It's normally like, that's the thing, normally it's meant to not be noticed by other people, but now people can just see it right here, right now.
You're stealing my gimmick, are you?
Not intentionally, I actually used the green screen, you never used it.
To be fair, I never used the green screen, but that was my old project, Fact Fiend. This is my new project that I'm working on with you, Lucas, Wiki Weekends. Let's talk about that.
Karl, and it's been like, what, a year, 18 months, something around that, like year and a half. But I'm hoping that people are enjoying it so far, and I like to think that we've had, some laughs along the way.
We have indeed, yes. Let's call a dick exploder. No one's going to mess with that villain. Just, who are you, Susan Stoll, on the dick exploder? What are you going to do? This thing is, though, would you want to fight that superhero team?
It's like, oh, Mr. Fantastic, the Human Torch, the Thing, the Dick Exploder.
I would not mess. The thing is that all she needs to do is explode one dick, and that's it. That's no crime. A screenshot of White Vision, he's got that awful sneer on his face. And just the caption underneath just says, "You seasoned my chicken." And it fucking killed me. Like, who's sending a 1-year-old out to do the shopping? So you know what? He's on the tit for 9 months. He had 3 months. He's just like, he can roll over now. He's on his own.
I would love if that was the case.
And this is more than anything an update video to let people know what our plans are going forward, because it's been a year and a half now, as you said, Lucas, of us making Wiki Weekends content, and we feel by this point we've hopefully established that 1, this is an idea that we are committed to, and 2, we've really nailed down and polished the format.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how tired we are on the day, of course. I feel like sometimes we get a bit loosey-goosey with the format, maybe don't always stick to the format of actually reading the wiki that we bring.
Well, hopefully there's a chemistry there that people have enjoyed experiencing, so we figured we'd create this video just to talk about the plans for the year or so ahead.
Yeah, and, that's not a very strict time frame or anything, just roughly want to give people an update of, where we're going and what we're hoping to maybe achieve in the future.
So first of all, Wiki Weekends will continue as it has done for the past year and a half. The format and schedule established over the past 18 months will be the format and schedule going forward.
At least we would hope so, right? That's the plan.
Yeah, because, over the past 18 months, myself and you have gone through some pretty big life changes, and hopefully, fingers crossed, not tempting fate, there will be no more big changes on the horizon, so we'll be able to continue making a podcast once per week, which we share hosting duties for, and a singular video each on the weekends, hence Wiki Weekends.
Yeah, of course, there's the Karl videos on Saturday and the Lucas videos on Sunday. But Karl, we do also have other ideas, and there is other things that we want to be making, and just, it's one of those classic things of we would like to spend more time on Wiki Weekends, but that means that we would like Wiki Weekends to pay more of our wages too.
It does indeed, yes. So, right now, you can go to the links you'll find below and find our Patreon. And we have several Patreon stretch goals to help us create more content. As mentioned, Wiki Weekends format and schedule will continue for as long as myself and Lucas are able to do this. But we'd like to make more. And one thing we're really excited about is bringing back something we used to do many years ago, but no longer have the time to do, but would hopefully have the time to do if said stretch goals are reached. And that includes what, Lucas?
That would be a gaming channel.
You know what's about to happen, everyone?
Oh, that riff! Yeah! Because many years ago, myself and you, Lucas, ran our own separate gaming channels on which we'd each guest star. Because, it's called synergy. It's how business works. Mm-hmm. And over the past, couple of months or so, we've talked about bringing back that format, but combine the two, get some more synergy going on, and create a joint gaming channel between us both as an offshoot of Wiki Weekends.
It's just one of those things that obviously, we still have, Twitches and stuff like that we both do individually, and also jump over to go into each other's content every now and then and stuff like that, but we would like to just make sure that we have a unified place where we are both committed to and both being able to put out gaming content together.
Oh my god, Lucas, his eyes are open. His eyes are open for maybe the last time. It's just, this is my life now. Oh! Just all that way, just to cold cock him. Yes, so the initial plan would be for there to be 2 playthroughs running concurrently, one hosted by myself, one hosted by Lucas. And the idea would be that I would be presenting games that I like to Lucas, Lucas presenting games that he likes to me. We would, of course, encourage and invite fan feedback on games you'd like to see us play and that sort of thing. We would hopefully be able to commission a number of artists we've worked with in the past to create fun thumbnails, which we'd no doubt release as like extras for you folks at home, and just all that fun stuff that, you know, we used to do when we could run a gaming channel each. And it's like, if we bring it together, we combine our resources to make one really average channel. Yeah, it's got some decent stuff, but I don't reckon this thing's a threat at this point. Oh no! No, Lucas! No, it's using Corona! Oh, fuck! No. Cade!
Cade, save us! I would like to hope it's more than average, but yeah, it's just one of those things of, we know that, like, the world where YouTube and Let's Players and stuff were super mega popular and all over the place, we are very aware that this is an outdated idea that isn't that popular anymore, but we really enjoyed doing it, and we've had feedback from people who used to watch that content that they'd really like to see it come back. So
yes, and much in the same way, we have 18 months worth of Wiki Weekends content that we can use to show people, hey, this is an idea we like, it's an idea we'd like to continue pursuing, here's examples of what we've done for you to check out before we ask for your support. Because we would not like to ask for anyone's support without at least providing some evidence of what we're going to make. And myself and Lucas mentioned we had gaming channels for years. There are at least 24 playthroughs across those channels, and I've been putting in clips the entire time of the stuff that we do in those. As always in video games, you've got something that helps you. In this game, it's the helper rats. The helper rats will always tell you where to go. Oh, that looks so good! The pentagonal toilet roll.
that shit's cutting you up, Karl.
That's like the bog roll you get at work. Joe, the dreaded half ply.
Oh yeah.
When you can read the fucking newspaper through it. That's lethal, that. And we'd just like to take that format and just unify it onto a singular channel, and then hopefully use that as a base for more content, because we want to keep making more content, but we can't put it all on Wiki Weekends because it doesn't match the theme.
Yeah, and ultimately that's exactly why we didn't continue the gaming channels in the first place, is we were putting a lot of time into it with not much coming back on the other end of things, yes, one might say.
And it wouldn't just be playthroughs on the gaming channel. We have stretch goals for that, for more scripted content that we've made in the past. Examples of which include Fishing Fridays, where that's one of my favourites, and that's where we track down fishing mini games and explore those and review them. There was Rough on Replay, where we go back through older games that we're a fan of and see how well they hold up. There was Sliding Difficulty, which is like a mini video essay series I created, exploring all of the different mechanics of difficulties in video games and the specific nitty-gritty of what those things do. And this time we're turning our attention to a game that whipped more arse on release than General Grievous in a locker room.
Kids got bosoms! Who's got a wet towel? Come here, you butterball!
Don't make me run! I'm full of chocolate!
Yeah, and when Karl says, like, scripted is not necessarily that we're, like, scripted videos, more just those videos will either be, like, scripted, semi-scripted, they might not be, they might be more conversational style, but they will at least require, like, more editing, you know, more research, things like that. Just generally videos that are going to be, like, shorter, snappier, and more focused than just a playthrough.
The long and short of it is that the process of creating those is more involved and thus is more of a ball ache.
And speaking of things that might take more time to do, we also have a stretch goal for doing, like, more kind of community focused, like, review style, like, kind of think of like a, you know, book club where we would invite people to play a specific game along with us, and then we can all come together and have a fun discussion about said game. But again, depending on what games we pick, that could require a lot of time just having to play the game. So again, just something else taking up our time.
Again, it's just a more involved process. But for anyone out there who's not at all interested in our gaming content, which, first of all, rude, I had a lot of fun. I still contend it's the best content we've made.
Yeah, but I understand that not everybody that's watching Wiki Weekends or previously knows from Fat Fiend is specifically like a gamer or into watching gaming. I get it.
I do, but I do think some of the best content we've made, you know, divorced of the context of us playing a video game, the conversational, improvisational style that we've developed over the years of working on Fact Fiend and Wiki Weekends, I think was in its element during those gaming playthroughs. It's so much more complicated than it needs to be.
This really feels to me as if they've gone, okay, right, Halo's got it down, but we need to do something different.
If anyone at home doesn't like the fact that Call of Duty standardised first-person shooters, look at what we could have. Yeah. Then again, we have got reflections, look. We need to see what a combat role looks like in this reflection. Yes!
Oh my god.
Are you ready, Lucas? Oh!
No. Yeah, I mean, half the time, everyone knows what like going on tangents and things. Half the time, we're not even necessarily discussing the game.
Wouldn't that be an amazing prank to pull if you were Link?
If you had this ability.
I don't feel very good, just teleport away.
No, what I imagine is Link on a one-night stand. He wakes up in the morning, he goes, sorry girl, I gotta go, and he presses the button and just fades away. Can you imagine? How good would that be? She comes in the morning, so, do you want to go out for breakfast this morning? Boop, whoop, just fade away. Just teleport back to your house. Oh, that'd be so good. She just like goes up. So my parents are over today. Do you want to meet them? Just fade into the distance.
Link.
Man, that's so good.
So is that now your headcanon for Link, the ultimate playboy?
No, he's
like,
fuckboy Link. Well, he has got a man bun.
I mean, yeah.
He's got a man bun. Fuckboy Link.
Have you seen the amount of like fan art out there? The thirst for Link.
Oh man, can we make that our headcanon? That Link is a fuckboy. No,
what do you think he spent 100 years doing, Zelda?
No, do you know what he's getting with that fish woman? That he's actually got a different woman of every race. He has like a bird woman.
That's why he keeps them all in segregated villages.
He has like a side chick in every region.
He's like, this is my fish girlfriend.
Oh man, that's so good. Fuckboy Link is just too strong.
A lot of the time it's kind of more a podcast with gaming instead of us on the screen.
I'm not interested in a gaming channel. Think of it instead as a podcast channel where we upload 5 hours of podcast material to per week. God, that's too strong. Sorry, girl, I've got to go. Just fade away. So Link, what are we?
You know what I like to think as well? He just leaves a little Korok seed in the bed. He just leaves the little tiny poop there as like a calling card.
Oh god, it's just too strong, the idea of just like the girl looking him in the eye. And she's just like, goes like, you know, do you know that moment where you just sat there and you got your arm around it and it's like 9:30, you kind of want to get shit done. Link, I've noticed that you've not changed your Facebook status to in a relationship. Fades away.
Oh god.
Oh man, Link, the pull-out king.
It's just got little links everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Throughout all of Hyrule.
What? How did you get up here?
But yeah, Karl, as you were saying, for those not interested in the gaming, we do have a few other Patreon goals that we'd like to hit for just Wiki Weekends content specifically as well.
And they may seem quite simple, but they are things that require a not insignificant amount of effort from ourselves on the back end. For example, one of the things that we'd like to do is have a recording session in person, which is pretty, expensive in terms of time and cost in the UK because our trains are a fucking nightmare.
Us recording in person constantly, becomes quite expensive.
And it's not something we can realistically justify with the amount of money the channel makes at the moment, but with some additional support, it'd be certainly something we could do and we'd be committed to, and we think, is something people would like to see. Likewise, we'd like to bring guests onto the podcast, but we would like to compensate guests for their time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which
totally.
Also is not in the budget at the moment, right?
Yeah, no, that's the thing is, it's already spread a bit thin between just two of us. If we then start paying extra people for more commissioned artwork and guests and things like that, again, it's just all stuff that adds up, and we would need support to be doing, and we would like to do those things.
And in keeping with the transparency we established all the way back on FactFiend, we want to be honest with our audience. Wiki Weekends is an idea. Myself and Lucas have a great deal of faith in. We've already invested 18 months of our time and countless hours behind the scenes to get the channel to where it is at the moment. And I'm very proud of the progress and success we've achieved so far. And that's why I'm happy to make this video, because I think we can achieve more.
And hopefully, with everyone's support, we can make those things happen, including an extra just Patreon exclusive video that we would put out every month if we reach the goal for that. We haven't 100% nailed it down, but we're thinking just something that's more of a casual podcast rather than necessarily another Wiki Weekdays podcast, just something that Karl and I can put out where we're talking about our lives and catching up with the community and things.
Yeah, invite people into our lives, establish that parasocial relationship that is so important to success as a content creator online. And in that vein, if people allow me to speak personally for a moment, I do think Wiki Weekends is a great idea. I think it was a great idea when you came up with it, Lucas, all those many years ago. And one of my biggest regrets is the fact that I didn't spin it off when it was established as a good idea on FactFiend all those years ago. And I really do hope we've not missed the boat in that regard.
Yeah, we did truly strike while the iron was cold on that one, but I do want to mention that, I think that we came up with the idea together.
It was a 50-50 idea, which is why we've split all of the duties behind the scenes and presenting-wise 50-50 here on Wiki Weekends. And that's why you can see both of us on screen right now, because this is an idea that I think is, it's the brainchild of us both. I'm happy to put my face on it. Mm-hmm. I'm happy to, work alongside you, Lucas, and split all the profits, work, and effort down the middle.
Hell yeah. And just, that's the thing is, you always say, oh, yeah, it was your idea, Lucas. I'm like, well, it's an idea that literally just spawned from a moment we had on the Karl's Corner podcast originally, where you just looked up some information about Pokemon Go, and it went from there.
Genuinely enthused and excited to see where this idea can go, and hopefully, folks at home, if you think this is a good idea as myself and Lucas do, and you'd like to support it and see where it can go, we'd welcome your support.
Yeah, and if that's something that you can't necessarily do, then I don't want people to feel bad or anything. Just, you can support the channel in other ways by watching the videos, sharing the content, joining the Discord, and just generally being a part of the community. However much you do or don't want to interact with our content and support us financially, we don't mind, as long as you're along for the ride with us. We're happy for everybody to join it.
And as mentioned, the plan will be for Wiki Weekends to continue in its current form for as long as we're able to do that. We just like to do more with it because we think it's a good idea. We enjoy making the content, and I think, a good amount of the appeal of this channel and its format is mine and Lucas's chemistry. So we would like to, apply that to other areas.
Double down on it. But
double down.
Also, just something to mention is that, generally speaking, on our Patreon, we've kept it pretty simple because we don't want to get ourselves bogged down with having to do a bunch of extra things for extra tiers that we make up. We've just been trying to keep it simple and clean and not really confusing for you guys either. But we did want to introduce a couple of things just as a way to give something back. For example, we're going to have a tier where we just make a shout out tier to thank people who are part of that, and then we're also going to have a tier where you're going to be able to get your name in the background of the podcast.
Yes, and just keep an eye on the links found below for more information, and just thank you for watching and thank you for the support for the past 18 months.
Hell yeah.
Here's to another 18.
Or more. Don't limit ourselves, Karl.
Well, in 18 months we'll do another update video, and it's been me and you sat in our YouTube mansions. It's planning to fight KSI as a robot. I'm gonna fight Robo KSI.
How long before we can get Karl on the front page of Netflix fighting Mike Tyson?
I won't want to fight Mike Tyson. I'll fight that man with a baseball bat. Cheers, everybody.
Maybe if we can get Karl another 10 years online and make Mike Tyson a bit older, maybe you'll have a bit better chance.